Hello everyone, welcome to the Why You Hearing This Podcast number 17. And now we have a special YouTuber edition, as we have two other gaming YouTubers here with me today. So why don't we start with introductions? Why don't we start with Godrekefalcer?
Yeah, it's Godrekefalcer, gaming channel. I do storytelling, voice acting, things like that. So.
Alright, and you are? Next.
I am OfficialRussianGamer. I've been trying to upload daily content. GTA is my main game. Commentary over it, funny moments and races. So check me out.
Yeah, and I watched like both these guys a couple of videos, and they've been pretty good so far, I feel. Which is why I have them on this podcast. So how are you guys feeling right now?
Pretty good.
Yeah, I know Russian Gamer took some time getting up in here in this podcast.
Yeah, I had some extra time to catch up on my game grumps, and I beat a couple people in Hearthstone while I was waiting. But
yeah, I've been watching some videos and stuff. So what do you mean? Yeah, so we've been like an hour late on this recording, but yeah. Anyways, let's go into, I guess, the topics of discussion for you guys. I know this is where we kind of chat for a bit. So, I don't know, have you guys been playing any games recently? In your week?
Yeah, well, I started playing some Left 4 Dead 2 on PC. Pretty good. It can run on my laptop, I can tell you that. I mean, it's optimized quite well. I don't even have a gaming PC to start with, so...
You don't?
I don't have a gaming PC. I don't even have the best graphics or processor. And I'm playing Left 4 Dead 2 on a computer. Like, you know, I was discussing this with a few people on the internet and saying that I've got the worst laptop processor and graphics card. I've got 3 gigs of RAM, 2 gigahertz, all that stuff, you know, the technical stuff. And I was surprised. Like I've been a skeptic about games and buying them before getting a gaming PC, and I bought it. It was a cheap bundle on Steam, anyways. I thought I might as well get it, and I just started it up today, and I was like, this is so. I can't believe I'm running this so smooth on this computer or this laptop.
Have you?
So
wait, have you like played Left 4 Dead before? Sorry, yeah. Have you played Left 4 Dead before you've gone on your laptop?
I played the first one about 5 years ago.
Yeah. Wait, this is Left 4 Dead or Left 4 Dead 2? Okay.
Left 4 Dead 2.
How do you like it so far?
It's a pretty good game. I mean, you have to get used to it anyways. I've either shot a weapon or wasted ammo trying to switch to another weapon or working out the keyboard. But I like it. I mean, it's a good game. There's nothing wrong about it. Be good for anyone.
Okay. How far have you gone, actually?
Up to chapter 5 in it.
Oh.
It's quite a distance.
I can't remember. Chapter 5.
Is it chapter 5?
I'm having trouble.
It's before the carnival.
It's before the carnival. Okay, so it's before the carnival. Okay.
Maybe it was chapter 2.
Have you gone to... It's not the rain part, right? I was thinking the rain part of the game, or whatever.
No. I don't think.
Alright.
No, it's not.
Well, Godspeed to you, and hope you finish that game. It took me... For some reason, it took you, like, forever to beat that game when I was a kid, when I played that. A while back. But at the time, I was fucking scared of zombies, so it took me, like, short bursts of playthrough to beat that game. Alright, hey God.
yeah.
Any games you've been playing recently?
Well, about Left 4 Dead 2, I have that as well. I think it was last year Christmas, and Steam was actually giving it away for free. And so I grabbed it within the, they had it for like a week, and if you just went in and clicked the game, you got it for free. And they did the same for the original Left 4 Dead a few Christmases before that. And I've beaten that whole game through, and the mods are really cool that you can add to it. Like, you can make some of the larger guys, like Johnny Bravo, with all the sayings, and then you can add, like, Peach and Mario, and the zombies turn into Teletubbies. Dude, there's all kinds of cool stuff.
I have one where that changes the tank in the game into the Stay Puft Marshmallow Man.
Oh, that's perfect.
Oh, you know what? Okay, you know my favorite... after you finish the game, you should totally play this. We should totally try and play this mod together, if we can. There's this mod where you play, I believe it was like a Lord of the Rings, map. It was, have you guys watched Lord of the Rings, like the second movie?
Yeah, I've seen all of it.
Yeah, you know the scene where, like, the war, and there's, like, a huge wall, and, like,
oh, yeah.
Yeah, you play that exact, like, scene. It's really fucking awesome.
Cool. Yeah, that would be pretty neat. You have to be careful with a lot of those mods, though, because I attempted to play with another YouTuber once, and we put a bunch of mods in, and if one of them is messed up, then it ruins the whole game, and then you have to figure out which one it is and try to delete it and get rid of it, and oh man, it just takes forever. Because some of them, people literally just put viruses in there, and they put a really nice picture so you'd never know, but, let's see. Okay, other games that I've been playing. Just recently I've gotten into Hearthstone a little bit. I decided to rank up a little bit and try to get a halfway decent rank chest before the end of the season, which I think is the 25th of this month. Besides that, I've been playing Witcher 3 a lot lately. I've been playing a lot of Agario. I just recently started Spooky's House of Jump Scares, which every big YouTuber has played, it seems.
Really? Every...
Yeah, I know PewDiePie definitely has, Markiplier definitely has, and Jack has, Jacksepticeye. Can't remember who else played it. A lot of people have. I looked it up on YouTube just to see, like, where they put the camera and that kind of thing, just kind of compare it before I played it, and there was just hundreds of YouTubers that played that game.
Oh, see, the only video I saw was yours, and I just thought that was it, because I didn't think a lot of people would play that game.
No, tons of people already have, which is why a bunch of people are doing it. It's relatively old. It recently just got an update where the game was supposed to have 1,000 rooms, and then it finally got 1,000 rooms, but before, when the YouTubers played it, it only had like 600 and you couldn't finish the game. Now it actually has an ending, so that's kind of neat.
Okay. Interesting. Anyone else? Got any more games you want to talk about?
Let's see. I've also been playing Hand of Fate. Do you know what that is?
Oh yeah, I haven't beaten it yet though.
I am the third to last before the dealer. I just beat the Queen of Scales, and then there's two more, and then the dealer. It gets really difficult.
Yeah, I know. Part of the reason why I kind of stopped was just like I couldn't breeze through it again, so I just kind of stopped at difficulty for a bit, and never got back to it.
Yeah, I honestly really want to stream it, because when I record, at this point, it takes more than an hour to get through one boss, and that's just kind of too long to put out a video. I've tried 50-minute videos, and people watch them, like the select few people on my channel that do like the game, but then you lose a lot of viewership because it's just so long. And the only other thing I've been playing is I have the full series done up to the end of episode 4 of Life is Strange on my channel. I'm doing that whole game as it comes out.
I've heard about that game. I've seen some stuff of it. What's it about? It just looks like a life of a teenager.
In a way, it's the life of a teenager. But what you find out... Do you mind if I spoil it just a little bit?
I mean, I guess... Yeah, sure, just spoiler warning for anyone watching.
Okay, yeah, it's not a huge spoiler, because honestly, it's literally the first 5 minutes of playing the game. You figure this out in episode 1, part 1. Basically, she figures out, for some reason, when she holds up her hand, like her left hand, she can reverse time, but only like a certain amount. So you can make choices in this game, but then you can decide, oh, that was a bad choice, I'll reverse and make another choice. But then, part of the way through the game, you get to a point where it's too far back, and you can't go back. So, once you make a choice, you're kind of stuck with it, and they all build up as you go along. And it's just so depressing and sad, but it's just really well made. So,
that actually does sound like an interesting mechanic and something I kind of would have used if I had in, like, Walking Dead or some other game.
Oh, yeah. Oh, definitely.
Dude, I had so many times in Walking Dead where I just reloaded a save file because I refused to make that decision.
Yeah. I mean, that kind of stuff happens. But yeah, you can reverse, but it's mostly you can reverse, like, one choice. But what's also cool is if you're talking to someone and you go the extra mile and maybe you do those, like, 2 extra chat options that normally most people won't do, you can get extra information, and once you know that information, you can reverse time before they told you, and then put it into kind of a conversation to get more out of somebody. Like, I think at one point you find out somebody's mom's in the hospital, and then you go back and use the information, you're like, I'm sorry, your mom's in the hospital, and they're just eternally grateful that you remembered that, and, well, you really didn't remember it, you kind of BS'd it, but still, it's good for them that you're like, oh man, this person's paying attention to me. But it's just got really cool concepts. But yeah, I have a younger sister that really likes it. She's in high school, and she can't wait for the next episode to come out.
Does she feel like she can relate to the main character's struggles?
Yeah, I feel like she can. Which is kind of how it is. Which is kind of funny because my main fan base on my channel was all guys until I started playing that game, and then more girls started, like, slowly showing up. So it was kind of a good way to vary it a little bit.
Well, I guess you can say life is strange.
Life is definitely strange. Which is super weird because it has to do with, like, the butterfly effect and stuff. And the whole point of the game is there's a massive storm that's going to kill everybody, and you have to find a way to prevent it. But like I said, you learn that all in the first 10 minutes of playing the very beginning of the game. And then from then on, you totally forget about it, because it's hours of gameplay. And so, you just mess around for the most part.
Alright, interesting. I don't know, if you guys don't have any more games, I guess I can share with my stuff.
Well, I was playing... in terms of a crappy game, there's a game called Sacred Citadel. It's just a weird game that all you do is button mash. And then another one... do you play RPG Maker games, like, at all?
Oh, like, I've done it once before. Like, those, you mean, like, programs where you can make an RPG?
No, like an actual game made in RPG Maker. It's like a, like an indie horror anime kind of game.
Yes, I have played one RPG player game.
Which one?
Back in the days, where I choose to forget, somebody requested I play this, like, My Little Pony game in an RPG Maker.
Oh, jeez.
I played through it, but then I quit, because there's a button, apparently, that just closes your entire game, and I lost all my save files.
Oh.
So just that, well, I'm done.
Yeah, that's really unfortunate. At that point, especially if you put any time into a game, it's just kind of, you flip the table and you're done with it.
Yep. But
the only one I've played, and I had a lot of recommendations for it, was this game called Misao. It's like Corpse Party. Have you seen Corpse Party? A lot of people played that.
The name kind of rings a bell, but I'm not really making any images in my head.
Okay, yeah, that's another RPG Maker where it's like you're stuck in a school and there's a curse or something.
Oh god, this is nothing what I was thinking of.
Oh no, yeah, I don't know then. But most of them end up in a school, and it's all about, like, your main character is someone, there's always a senpai, there's always, like, someone you're in love with and somebody that dies, and it's interesting. It's an RPG, but it's more of like a 2D pixelated game, and it's supposed to be scary, but it's really not, because they can, in those kind of games, they can only really jump scare you, which a lot of the times is very ineffective.
Okay. I don't know.
But what have you been playing as of late?
As of late? Not much, because I had a life. But, no. Some...
Everyone does.
Yeah. Some things I've been playing this You know that new Yu-Gi-Oh game that came out, Legacy of the Duelist?
Do you know Cryotic?
Cryotic.
By chance?
I know Cry. What is?
Well, yeah. Cryotic or Chaotic Monkey or Cryotic or Cry. Yeah.
Yeah.
He's playing that live stream, I believe. So that's the only time I've seen it. But
I know most of that game because of was it Round Man, Rain Navarez from Rooster Teeth? I believe that's his.
oh, okay.
Yeah. Anyways,
I haven't watched Rooster Teeth in forever.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Yeah. But yeah, there's this new game that came out called Yu-Gi-Oh! Legacy of the Duelist, and for some reason it compelled me to want to play Yu-Gi-Oh! Game like now. So I've been playing this PlayStation 2 game of Yu-Gi-Oh! And all I can say is that game is just bullshit in every way.
Okay. I remember. I'm trying to think. I think I played. It was. I think it wasn't even PS2. I think it was PlayStation Yu-Gi-Oh! And all I remember was when you got to a certain point, it would like pull out a bunch of red meteorite dragons, and you couldn't win. You couldn't ever win.
Huh.
And it was such a pain. It was like old school, but it was all the same characters. Like the blue eyes were just replaced with all of the black meteor dragons or whatever. I don't remember, but it was horribly difficult. Like I said, PlayStation 1, and so it was just kind of gross and unfair. But that's kind of how PlayStation games were.
Yeah, it was. The thing about this game is like I'm gonna go a little technical in Yu-Gi-Oh, but there's cards like Mystical Space Typhoon, Heavy Storm, Dark Hole, Lightning Vortex. These are a lot.
Ryageki is my favorite card, like in any game
yes,
ever.
Yes, but the thing about that is Ryageki is a rare card in that game, and every other card that is pretty much a standard for any Yu-Gi-Oh deck is pretty much rare, and every one of your opponents has that card. So you're always at a disadvantage when you're fighting somebody, or you spend like $1 million trying to get one fucking card out of a booster pack.
Yeah, I actually played Yu-Gi-Oh! When it came out. I haven't played in forever, mind you. It was just when it came out.
Oh, yeah, no.
And
right now, it's just a total mess. I wouldn't touch it.
Yeah, I lost track. It's literally like the numbers are 10 times what they used to be, and the old cards are useless, and so you just don't know what to do anymore. But when I played, like, I kind of went to, like, Books A Million back in the day, where they had, like, tournaments. And that one was banned, like insta-banned. No one could use it. It wasn't a real card. No one thought it was legal just because it was so overpowered. And then I think Exodia was banished too, just because it was an easy win.
But it's not an easy win. You have 5 cards in your hand. Oh, wait.
Yeah, I guess.
Wait, no. Nowadays, though, it's actually pretty easy to get Exodia. It's kind of stupid, but...
Yeah, because back in the day they introduced like Exodia Necros or something.
Oh.
You could insta summon Exodia. It was ridiculous.
That card was stupid.
Didn't make any sense.
Yeah, Yu-Gi-Oh just doesn't make any sense in general. But I'm having some fun with the game at least. I mean, just playing that. Other than that, I just got the Fallout Shelter game on my Android phone. It's been pretty good. I'm having a serious problem. Have you guys played Fallout Shelter yet, or?
No, I have an Android, but I don't normally put like big games on it that much. Is it very good? Is there anything
It's a good game.
worthwhile about it?
It's a good game, I guess. I don't know. I think the best thing, the thing about this game is right now I'm having a difficult situation where basically there's 3 main resources, right? There's electricity, food, and water, right?
Oh no, is it one of those games where you can use them and then you have to wait like 24 hours to get resources back?
No, it's not that difficult. I mean, there's no microtransactions being like, oh, you can speed up the time or anything. The way you decrease the time in order to make resources is you put more people who are efficient at it to make the resources. So you have like, oh, I need more water, so I'll put like 10 guys in the water treatment factory in order to make more water, something like that. I'm having a trouble situation where I have not enough resources of all of them. I got too many rooms that are absorbing too much power. I don't have enough people to maintain my food and water treatment, so everyone is just kind of fucked.
So at that point, when you click something, does it bring up a screen that says you can buy like 5 people for $10? You can buy 10 people for $20.
Actually, there are there's only 2 things you can buy in that game. One is you can buy a Mr. Handy robot, which essentially is like a free worker. Or you can buy a lunchbox, which is sort of like a booster pack of cards, and each card has a different thing, like here's a new equipment, or here's some resources, or money, or even a new NPC if you want, something like that. But yeah, I mean, the game's fun. I'm just kind of fucked in the game, so I can't progress any further. And I only have 20 people, so I didn't get that far.
Yeah.
I'm quite sad.
How does that actually relate to Fallout? Is it inside the shelter, like the bolts themselves?
The story, it has no bearing connection to the story. Actually, the smallest connection you can make is the fact that NPCs you played in the Fallout games will like appear in the game itself, and you can use them to be in your Fallout shelter to like work and stuff. But like that's about it, I believe. So there's no real connection to like in terms of the story or lore to Fallout, but the whole game just takes place in the Fallout shelter. So.
Okay, so you can have like, well, I don't honestly remember a lot of the names. I remember Benny and stuff like that.
You don't remember,
he had
like,
a lot of side characters.
Was it Mr. House? And
Mr. House.
This is Fallout New Vegas. There's
yeah, that's the most recent one I played, so that's the only one kind of in my head. Like I remember Fallout 3, but I don't remember a lot about it.
Fallout 3 was stupid. Wait, can I take the moment to just? Okay, have you played Fallout 3?
Yeah, I've played all the Fallouts.
Russian, have you played Fallout 3?
Nope.
Okay, do you care if I spoil the game for you?
Okay, go ahead.
Okay, so there's a part in the game where the whole point of the game is your main character is trying to fix this like water treatment. How was it?
Hello.
Like this water treatment machine. So that
I remember how that game ends now really badly.
Yeah, no, the water treatment machine, alright? I forgot the exact name. Well, Project Purity. It was Project Purity, and you had to fix Project Purity, right? Your stupid dad dies for this Project Purity thing. Anyways,
wasn't like the presidential computer running it or something? I'm trying to remember that.
No, I think you're thinking of New Vegas.
Okay, yeah, maybe I'm getting mixed up.
So this big machine called Project Purity, it siphons all the waters from the wasteland and then purifies it for clean water so everyone can drink healthy, yada yada yada. That's great and all. Alright, in order to fix this machine that just purifies water, okay? It just purifies water. You had to go down to a Fallout shelter and pick up I forgot, a miracle machine. I forgot what it's called. Damn. I can't remember the name. Okay, basically it's this miracle machine where basically with the press of a button, it will terraform the planet. Okay? And you're supposed to get that machine, take out the part that purifies water, and then put it in Project Purity to fix it.
Why wouldn't you just...
Yeah, exactly! I always ask that question. Why would you not just use Project Purity? Why would you not use that machine to terraform the planet? Why would you waste it on a machine that just purifies water?
I have no idea.
It's so stupid. Well, the thing about it, in Fallout 3, it's a miracle machine where you press a button and terraforms planets. But in 1 and 2, it's a machine where you dismantle it to give you resources to help terraform the planet. So you can take a part of it to get some seeds in order to plant agriculture and stuff like that. That was in 1 and 2, but in 3, Bethesda just said it was a miracle machine with the press of a button.
Yeah. Yeah, was it New Vegas where you had to sacrifice yourself at the end of it?
No, that's Fallout 3.
Okay, yeah, but then they added the DLC where
Yeah.
you can decide to sacrifice your companion and then you can leave?
Yes, okay. There's a character called Fox, right? Which is basically this super mutant who's resistant to radiation, right? You had
Oh, yeah, and they just absorb it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you had to sacrifice yourself by activating Project Purity in order to make sure it doesn't explode. But there's so much radiation, it'll kill you. The thing is, if you had Fox at the time without the DLC, Fox will not go in and start the machine for you. He'll say, "No, I can't. It's your destiny. This is what you were born to do."
I think I actually remember that happening. Because he was one of the best characters, and I always gave him, like, the giant mallets, and he would just run around and smash
Oh,
things,
I gave him a Gatling laser.
Oh, jeez. I guess that works.
Yes. He just blasted everything in sight, and it was beautiful. Fox, that beautiful bastard. Can't wait for Fallout 4.
Yeah. Speaking of that, that's coming eventually. Who knows?
Yeah, I mean, it's coming out this year, supposedly.
And then, okay, let's talk about the trailer. How do you feel about the trailer?
For Fallout?
Yeah.
I mean, it got me pretty excited for everything it did show me. I mean, it was pretty much everything I wanted in a Fallout game.
Okay. What about the assumption? I don't know if this is true. Some people told me that the trailer somehow showed us that you could have side quests as your dog.
Side quest as your dog? Oh wow, I never.
Yes.
I haven't heard of it. I haven't heard of this before. I know you can romance companions. Hopefully not the dog.
Now, what if it's like The Last of Us, but it's your dog, and so it has to, like, you have to switch between your dog and your main character, so he can go through, like, smaller areas and press buttons and activate things and blah blah blah, so your main character can go through there? Or maybe like a co-op sense, something like that.
Yeah, I mean, I always wanted co-op in Fallout. I just wouldn't understand how that would work because the big thing is VATS. How the hell does the VATS work? In like multiplayer Fallout, right?
I don't know.
I guess now it kind of would make more sense because it's just slowing down time. So it just makes everything bullet time as you're shooting stuff.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah, if you gave each character separate ones, I think it would just be way overpowered, but maybe you could have like a combo move or something, where every time someone, like the main character, used it, then the side character could just add extra damage, like bonuses to it or something.
I think if they were to do multiplayer Fallout, what they would have to do is they would have to create a whole new world just for multiplayer. Like, I think they should have quests specifically dedicated to multiplayer objectives. Kind of. Right?
Yeah, like co-op specific missions or something?
Yeah, a little bit like that. I don't know, I would rather that the single player experience feel like a single player story.
Yeah, I mean, Bethesda, they have to give you free roam or people will just go insane. Like, if you're restricted by another person, it's just not going to have the same feel at all.
Fallout 4. Yeah, I pre-ordered that game. I'm excited for that. Alright. I think we've kind of set our pieces on what kind of games we've been playing this week. I think, at least. Unless you guys are lying to me. Which I don't know. I just met you guys. You could be totally lying to me. I wouldn't even know. I trust you on a whim. But yeah, I guess now is we can either go into since summer is closing, we can either go into talking about games of the summer, or we can go into a bit of gaming news.
Are any of you getting Metal Gear Solid 5?
Metal Gear Solid. Oh, I'm not. I don't have a. That's coming on PC, right?
That's coming on PC and all over consoles.
All over.
I'm getting it for the 360.
Yeah, I might get Metal Gear Solid 5 as long as it runs well on my PC.
Well, the graphics are kind of quite large. I mean, if you've got a good enough up-to-date graphics card, I'd say you run it.
Oh yeah,
No
I took the
problem.
graphics for that game. the first ever teaser trailer, I was so happy with the graphics for that game. The first appearance of the Fox engine. I don't know. I can't wait. I guess
the PC one costed it because I haven't even got a PC yet. I don't wanna buy it for PC. It costs more than console, so it's
I only found that true with like official distributions like Steam and Origin and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
If you go on like different sites like Green Man Gaming, for example, is where I usually go to, they'll just put the actual price of like a console game. It's like $60 instead of 70. So yeah, and the best part is if you buy a game on Green Man Gaming, you can bring it over to Steam. So you just save $10 if you buy it not on Steam.
Yeah, I use Green Man once in a while. I really like Humble Bundle too. I use that any opportunity I get.
I haven't been looking at Humble Bundle in a while.
A lot of the times they're just not very good, but sometimes the donation, like the minimum donation, will get you like 3 games that are worth so much more. I think I got 3 Star Wars games that were worth $10 a piece on Steam, and I only donated $3. Sometimes Steam's just really expensive, especially with the older games. They get way pricey for some reason.
Well, you see, Steam, they always have sales. That's the thing. People, you can say that they're always overpriced and stuff. It's just like saying that the marketplace for Xbox is which it is. But like, it's the fact that they do sales, and if you were there when the sale is on, like, I think they've done many sales for like Call of Duty and stuff. And Battlefield, they've done sales reduced to quite a good price.
Well,
or they've made something for free.
I think it's just because, well, I mean, Steam is obviously a digital distribution, so whatever they're gonna sell over time, it's gonna drop in price. This is digital distribution. They don't have to rely on a physical market, right?
Mm-hmm.
But on the same time, it's gone so popular that it's become an official distribution, which means they have to match the prices of a console game. Otherwise, what's the point of buying it digital? I mean, like, what's the point of buying a physical copy if it comes cheaper, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. And plus, Steam has to do stuff with like international prices, because I know in North America, the actual prices should be $70 for like console games, which kind of sucks. And which is why Steam is doing it, because that should be the official price in terms of like, I don't know, a game made in Japan or UK, and then you bring it over to North America. That would be the actual conversion of like the currency. Let's say.
Yeah, I have people I know that live in the United Kingdom, and they complain a lot about that because a game selling for $60 US will also be up there for 60 euros, but that's like 75 American.
They get screwed over a lot, a lot of times, which is kind of sad. I mean, yeah, there's really not much to it. It's just the problem is a lot of major, I think a lot of companies in North America. Yeah, a lot of companies in North America. I know console gaming is kind of tough in the UK because consoles are obviously much more expensive there than here in North America, right?
Yep.
Yeah, probably.
I thought, wait, Russian, aren't you from UK?
You mean I live in the UK? Yes.
Yeah. How's console gaming there?
Pretty shitty, pretty pricey. We have the console, an Xbox One is £280. Convert that, or not convert, but get an imported version from, I don't know, Canada or United States. You could save that £80 and get it for 200.
Wow. Alright.
And that £80, well, you do have to get it imported, but that's only about 50 quid. So you're gonna have an extra 30 to buy a game, you know? Instead of, like, that's a console alone, that's not like with a game. With a game, it's a lot more.
Yeah. Well, I guess that kind of sucks. I mean, to be fair, I'm not a console gamer, so I don't have these kind of troubles you console gamers have. But
Yeah, I don't ever console game anymore. I
Obviously.
built my own computer, and then I've just kind of lived with that for forever. But yeah, you're right about the Steam sales. They're pretty abundant, but a lot of the times they're nothing I want. There can be like weeks at a time there's nothing I want, and then the one day I don't get on my computer is the one day it's that game that I've put on my wish list forever, and now it's on sale.
Oh, dude,
and
I have so many times where I'm like, alright, I'll just buy this game, and then the next day there's a sale for it, like...
I hate that. You buy the full price and then it's like, oh, it's been reduced.
Oh,
like
dude, it happened to me to Transistor once. I bought a full price game of Transistor, and the next day it's 60% off. Like, oh, god damn it.
I've done that before with DLCs. For some reason, I don't remember what game I bought, but the day I bought it, the next day, they were like, oh yeah, by the way, today we're releasing free all the DLCs that I just bought are now free when you buy the original game. I was like, gosh. It was like $15 that just went down the toilet because one day, basically.
Can't you not sell on Steam?
What?
Like sell a game you have. I've heard that you can sell on Steam.
You can buy,
yes.
You can buy them in gift form and then transact with people. But it's really sketchy a lot of the times.
I don't know. You can do refunds on Steam. For some games, you can actually ask for a refund from the publisher, and they'll give back your money.
Yeah, that doesn't happen very often. You're guaranteed like one. Like in your life, you're guaranteed one, and then you're guaranteed two more, but you have to give a really good reason. And after that, they're just like, screw it. No, you don't get it anymore.
I mean, but now there's an actual refund policy in Steam.
Oh, that's impressive. Because before, I remember I bought a CS:GO game as a gift from somebody. I traded it, mind you, for one of the weapons in CS:GO, and then it turned out that it was a hacked version that they had just created with code, and it disappeared in a few days, and then that person got banned. But I didn't have the game anymore because it was created, and they gave me the game for free. Steam did, but for trading and things, a lot of the times you get one chance, and then after that, it's just kind of they screw you over if you mess up a trade.
Yeah, I mean, the good thing about the refund policy is if it's talking about like a major party game, like a AAA game, we can refund it pretty easily and get your money back. Problem is that a lot of indies have been suffering from this refund policy. So, funny enough, a game developer who makes like $1 game, maybe spent 24 hours and is pretty shitty, is now not gaining money because people are refunding the game.
Well, some of those people that get greenlit, they just throw it on Steam in whatever version it was at the time, and they are just horrible. Yeah. And you spend like $19.99 on this game, and it's not worth more than $5. Of course you want your money back as quickly as possible.
I think the refund policy states that, I don't remember it offhand because I don't use it a lot, but I think as long as it's within 60 days of the purchase and you've only spent less than 30 hours of game time on the game.
That's so much time though.
Yes, you can refund the game.
That's funny, because you could beat the game easily within 60 days and 30 hours and then just return.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, a lot of indies who just make really quick, dumb little games that they expect to get, like, $1 out of people, because who's going to complain about $1, right?
Yeah, that's true.
They're just losing money because they're refunding the game after just beating it in a few minutes.
That's kind of the argument with the MOBA stance on things, where should you be able to buy specific things when you go let's say you buy the game initially, that amount that they make compared to just like the in-store purchases. Apparently they make a lot more off of just in-store like cosmetic and buying characters for the game than they would with like a monthly fee and buying the game initially.
Yeah, of course. I mean, because you can I feel like for me, I can sort of talk myself into like, it's just $1 to get this shitty skin on this character that I play a lot of times. Why not? and then you just keep going the extra mile. I don't know, I think Smite has done the biggest thing where you can just buy every single character for $30.
Oh yeah, you just buy the big pack. Yeah, it's not much. Like, I think during Christmas they brought it down to like 10 or 15, and so many people bought it.
Like, who wouldn't buy it? It would just be like buying a video game, essentially. So you're just buying Smite.
The super cool thing about that is, too, once you buy it, any new character that's released, you instantly get it. And so it's just so convenient.
And then one day... Well, actually, no, they're never going to get rid of that pack. It always says limited time offer, but it's been always there.
That's true. It's been there since beta. I remember it was there during beta because I played.
Well, I mean, I think we're getting a little sidetracked. We're either going to talk about games for summer, or we can go into the gaming news. You guys' decision.
I don't know. What kind of games would there be for summer? I just play everything year-round, so I don't really know.
Well, I mean, because summer's ending, so I figured we might give a little talk, a little spiel over the games that that came out this summer, and just kind of judge them.
Well, the one I've been playing recently is The Witcher 3. That was a big release this summer.
Yeah. I mean, I guess we can try and go in order from July to August.
Do you have a list?
I have a list. I have this list that apparently tells me the release dates for all the games. So we'll go. I'm just gonna go down to all the stuff that I feel was kind of big. All right. First, Rocket League came out on July 7th. If you guys played that.
Oh, that is so much fun. I keep planning on buying it.
Oh, you have Rocket League?
And no, I want to buy it though.
Oh, God. So
I'm actually gonna have a little money coming in maybe this week, so I might put some in my Steam wallet and buy it.
Yes, that's a good game.
Would you want to play it if I bought it?
I mean, I'll kick your ass, but
Oh, probably.
Yeah.
I've seen some really cool stuff. Like, I think every YouTuber right now is still playing that game.
Oh,
like,
yeah,
it's been out for a while.
If any game I want to become competitive, like if there's any game I want to have a competitive league, it's Rocket League. I want that game to be competitive so bad.
That's gonna be insane.
Yeah.
Like, I just watched some people that are bad at it, and it's still really intense.
Yeah.
I'd hate to see a pro game. Like, it's just gonna blow my mind, but...
I've seen insane things in Rocket League. Let's see, besides Rocket League, we can go into, Skullgirls Second Encore. Came out on PlayStation 4 July 7th on the same day, funny enough.
Yeah, I don't have a PS4, so no clue.
You guys know what Skullgirls is?
Skullgirls? It sounds dirty.
Okay, basically, it was this indie fighting game called Skullgirls, which it was crowdfunded. It was one of the few... I think it was near the first time Kickstarter popped up. Skullgirls was one of the games that kind of popped up in the beginning. And it has this really huge cult following in terms of the fighting game scene. Yeah.
Oh really? Yeah. Is it like Tekken or Street Fighter, things like that?
I guess the better comparison would be Street Fighter. It's like 2D.
Okay.
But if I were to compare the hype for this game, it was at the time it was near Smash Bros. Melee hype.
Really?
Yes.
Oh,
a lot of people.
I've never even heard of it.
Yes, a lot of people really like this game, and it's been at Evo and a lot of other gaming conventions for fighting games.
Is it 2D but more better graphics, kind of like the new Mortal Kombat? Or...
It's 2D, but it's cartoony.
Oh, okay.
2D animation, straight up.
Like arcade,
yes.
Basically. Okay.
Let's see. God of War 3 Remastered.
Yeah, no clue. I did, I had a friend that bought the pack that had all of them in it, and I recently played all the way up, but I never did play the remastered third one because it wasn't out yet.
Okay, let's see. Trials, Fusion, Awesome Level Max Expansion.
That was interesting. I think the only person I watched play that was PewDiePie, and it was really super weird.
Wait, it's the one with the unicorn and...
Yeah, there's a cat with a magnum on the back of a unicorn with rainbows shooting out of it. And and it was super weird because the horse was very stiff, but it could do flips just like a dirt bike. It was ridiculous, and the entire level thing was you actually did quests in a way. You went and you collected things at the end of levels and like built a catapult and launched yourselves. It was okay, but it was super weird.
Okay, I don't know. I don't really have... I love Trials Fusion, but I never really touched this, so...
The only one I played was the original Trials. Is it Evolution or something like that?
I think so, yeah.
It was before Fusions anyway.
Yeah.
But I was thinking about getting that one. I was like,
I really like Trials.
is it gonna be worth the purchase or
I
not?
mean, it's just Trials. If you like Trials and you want more Trials, just more Trials. Basically.
Exactly.
Would you like to face the Trials? Well, here's a Fusion.
You kind of have to play with other people, though, because it does get very competitive, but in a good way.
Trials is competitive? What?
Well, just the people I've seen play it. Like, I've seen Hat Films play it, and they were cussing and screaming at each other while they were playing it.
I have a tough time imagining somebody actually being competitive in Trials.
Oh, no, they were very competitive.
Okay, well, I mean, I like this. I should see that.
Oh, yeah, they were very bad at it, but that's kind of the whole point, I guess.
Roy McRoy, was it more? Roy Roy's PGA Tour. Fucking golf.
Oh, Royal McRoyal.
Yep.
Rory.
Yep.
Okay, yes, the PGA Tour.
The
I
PGA
see it
Tour.
on here
It's
as well.
about golf, right? That's what PGA
Rory
stands for.
McIlroy.
Yep, that's golf.
That's golf.
Yep. Roy McIlroy.
You're getting it wrong. That's Rory.
Do we care?
Rory. No, we don't care.
Okay.
Let's go.
Well, speaking of not caring, the vanishing of
Not
Ethan
really
Carter.
I have no idea.
Okay. Oh, really? Okay. So this was a sudden pop. It was a sudden cult hit in terms of the indie genre. The vanishing of Ethan Carter. Basically, what was that game where you're like a ghost detective, and what was it? And there's this one teenage girl who could see you.
I don't know. Was that the one with the flashlight? I'm trying to remember. No, it wasn't that one.
I don't know. Basically, I believe the plot is sort of like you're a dead ghost now, and you're trying to find out who murdered you.
Oh, I've heard of something like that.
Yeah. So yeah, you as Ethan Carter is trying to figure out why you vanished. That's all. It's apparently it was a pretty good indie game, and it came out on the PlayStation 4 on July 14th.
It looks a lot like what was that game called? It was like Light or Flashlight or something. And the whole point was you were just a single guy, and it was a very exploration game. But light was your only weapon against like the demons or whatever that were in the game. Alan, yeah, that's what.
Alan Wake, the flashlight.
The flashlight.
My name is Flashlight, and I'm a writer.
I guess you're pretty bright.
Alright, let's see. This is for, I don't know, F1 2015, if you like racing games.
I played 2013. It was pretty good. I mean, 2015 is 2 years ahead of that
that's
game.
nothing but like 2015. It's 2 years ahead. Alright? Get with the times.
But I mean, the graphics and everything was pretty good, so I mean, 2015 must have a lot more detail.
Wait, was this the game that... Did you guys see the E3 press conference? And during the Microsoft one, they had a car lowered or something? There's an E3... It was this year's E3. Microsoft had this car being lowered. No, that's a type... Was that... No, that was a Ford. That was a Ford game, never mind. Forza. That was for Forza. Never mind.
What did they do with it?
So basically, it was during the E3 press conference this year, but for the Forza game, they brought a Ford from the ceiling and they dropped it down and lowered it on the gaming stage, and everybody was just confused on why they just brought a Forza on the middle of the screen, in the middle of the stage. I was so hoping that the developer of the game would just come out of the trunk afterwards. Just not even in the car, just out of the trunk.
I don't think I've played those games in forever. I think I got one of them when I bought my Xbox 360 initially. It came with one of those. I don't remember which one. But the only racing games I remember that wasn't Forza was Burnout, because I really liked those, but that was about
Burnout.
all I do for racing games.
I hope another Burnout game is coming.
I hope so too. They were fun.
Yeah. Alright, July 21st, we have, Timbo, the badass elephant?
Oh yeah, Tiembo or whatever?
Yeah, Timbo.
Yeah.
That game where everyone was complaining at, what was it, Sega and Game, who made Pokemon? Something Game.
Who made Pokemon?
No, I mean, what company actually made the Pokemon series? It was the Game something? Game Freak. Yes, this is a game where everyone is complaining at Game Freak for betraying Nintendo. Because this game is not
Really?
This game is not on a Nintendo system.
Oh.
Yes.
Yeah, I've seen people play it and it looks okay.
Badass elephant. How could you say it's just okay?
Well, because it was like a human elephant.
just gonna-
He could stand on his
Are you
back
just gonna
legs.
ignore the
and,
elephant in the game?
Yes, I am. Because it was wearing a handkerchief and like a jacket, so I have to
That,
ignore
good
it.
sir, is the qualities of a badass. I will not let you insult the elephant.
A leather jacket and a headband, basically.
You don't know what he's been through, man.
No, I don't. Obviously, he's been in some street fights or something.
He was in Vietnam.
Actually, yeah, at the beginning of the game, it shows him in like a Vietnam scene with his friend, and they become super powerful when his friend jumps on his back with a Gatling gun or something. It's really ridiculous, but...
I don't know, I've seen some of it. It looks pretty good. Russian, your opinion, now. Exactly. Thank you. Moving on.
Wait, what?
July 23rd, The Binding of Isaac Rebirth, coming out on Xbox One, Wii U, and new 3DS.
Okay, yeah, I have friends that were obsessed with the original game, and they instantly bought that when it came out.
Yep.
Because the original one was just basically created quickly and with a really crappy program, and so the remake was just a huge improvement. But they absolutely love the game. Like, people who play it love it. It's really good for live streams because it's got replayability, and like the pro leagues where you see 4 or 5 people play it at once are just insane. Because you just have to restart to get exactly what you want over and over again.
I mean, like you, I have friends who are really obsessed with Binding of Isaac. And my friend really wanted this game for, like, on his birthday, so I bought it for him.
Yeah, it wasn't that expensive. It was actually a really good deal for just what you got, I guess.
Yeah. Russian, your opinion?
Mm-hmm. What?
On the Binding of Isaac Rebirth game?
What is it?
It's the rebirth of the Binding of Isaac.
I have never heard of it.
And you never will. World of Tanks, Xbox One, July 28th.
I don't know anything about the Xbox version of World of Tanks, but I know about World of Tanks.
Yeah, I know. It's like a world and there's tanks.
Yeah, and people are way overpowered in that game, and it's pay to win, and all of the above.
Okay. I don't have much of an opinion on World of Tanks. It's World of Tanks.
Yeah, not really.
Simple as that.
Yep. Now we're moving on to August. So, August 3rd, we had the Yu-Gi-Oh! Legacy of Duelists, which I talked about before, on Xbox One and PlayStation 4.
Why did Yu-Gi-Oh! All of a sudden come out with a game? I don't really understand.
I have no idea either. But this game is really good, because the best part is, you can play any generation of Yu-Gi-Oh! From the very beginning to the very end, you can play any generation. And they have this cool mode where basically you can play the whole Yu-Gi-Oh series, like the TV series, as the main character, and you get to use the actual deck he had at the time. So you can actually play Yugi's original, like, Dark Magician deck, when he fought that duelist who was trying to send him to a Shadow Realm, or something. That's pretty much all I know. And then you can just play regular competitive Yu-Gi-Oh! If you're into that.
I knew the initial Yu-Gi-Oh! We've kind of already talked about this a little bit, but I knew the initial Yu-Gi-Oh! And I still have some of the original cards, like the Magician and Blue Eyes and things like that. They really lost me in the series, even when I was a kid, when they started having duels while on motorcycles while racing around a racetrack. It lost me. And then he was running away from cops, but he had to duel the cops to get away from the cops.
Yes.
Didn't make any sense.
Yeah.
I was done at that point.
Oh, you're talking about 5Ds?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. And then they went like DX5 or something. I don't remember what it was called. It didn't make any sense. But...
Let's see. Rare Replay, Xbox One, August 4th.
Oh, that game. Oh my god. Rare Replay is...
Oh man, I'm so glad they put Nuts and Bolts back in Xbox One. That game was a masterpiece. I think we all can agree.
It's a shame it only came out for the Xbox One. Why not elsewhere? But I suppose because of the fact that they were Xbox. You could.
You see, I don't understand your problem.
It.
All you had to do is buy an Xbox One.
Well, I have no money.
I mean, stealing is an option.
It is an option, but it's not my option. I mean,
so what kind of games were in Rare Replay?
All of them.
Were there a bunch of them?
All of them.
A ton?
All of them.
Because I still have some of the original ones. Like, I still have Conquer and Banjo-Kazooie.
Conquer, Banjo-Kazooie, Banjo-Tooie, Banjo-Nuts and Bolts, was it Perfect Dark? Trying to figure out what other Rare games they made. Those are the famous ones. GoldenEye.
Oh yeah, GoldenEye. I played a lot of that.
Oh no, they probably don't have Donkey Kong 64. Damn it. But yeah, they have...
Oh, I do, yeah. Yeah, I have Banjo 64, Donkey Kong 64, a lot of the original ones. I also have an Ultimate, the original Super Nintendo, which I play a lot of the original Marios.
Killer Instinct in Rare Replay. Like the original. You can play the original Killer Instinct. And then you're gonna hear that guy say, Monster Combo! And then that's about it. I don't know, I haven't had much history with Rare, except for Donkey Kong.
Whoa. You forgot Viva Pinata.
Oh, shit, you know what? The classic, the great, the best Viva Pinata TV show, obviously. The game sucked, but...
And Battletoads. You can never forget Battletoads.
I think we can all forget about Battletoads.
I think we want to forget about Battletoads.
I think there's a time in our period where we just accepted that Battletoads should not exist.
Oh, man. Did you guys hear about, at one time, I don't remember what website it was, it must have been Tumblr or Reddit or something, but they called stores over and over again asking if they had Battletoads.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Like, in mass. Oh. I think they picked One Direction store, and they called them in the thousands asking about Battletoads, but they did it in really funny ways.
It was a Reddit thing.
It was fantastic.
Yeah, that's such a blast of the past.
They were like, do you have any sweaters in medium that are red? And they had this symbol on it. I can't remember. I think it's Battletoads.
Do you have any toads? Yeah, do they battle?
And then they started just answering the phone like, no, we don't have any Battletoads. Would you like any clothes? And you were like, no, Battletoads?
Alright. Rare Replay, Battletoads. Moving on. I don't know if you guys know this game. Everyone's Gone to Rapture. PS4 August 11th.
Nope, no PS4 here.
The plot of the game is everyone's gone to Rapture, except for a few people.
I know what that is.
Yes, and you guys gotta... Well, you don't know it's actually Rapture. You have to figure out why everybody's gone. The assumption is everyone's gone to Rapture.
Wait, so is it Rapture in the terms that you were standing there eating your toast and everybody started floating up to heaven? And then you don't know why?
Yeah.
Well, everyone's
In
gone,
that
right?
kind of...
And it's just people believe that the people who are gone has gone to Rapture.
Okay.
Yeah,
Hmm.
basically.
And you just weren't chosen?
Just like, what the fuck, God? I've done my part.
I wouldn't
Is it because I
mind.
said fuck?
Yeah, probably.
If that actually happened, I mean, you'd have the whole world to yourself, but you get bored a bit of it. I mean, who would do the controls to the roller coaster to stop it? You know?
Yeah, how am I supposed to go to Wonderland? No one's gonna be there. Let's see.
Yeah, and the thing about that, too, is you'd be stuck on the Earth with everybody else that wasn't accepted, and they're probably not the best group of
Yeah, they're
people.
probably dicks. Probably.
Could be your best friend. Or your worst enemy.
That would be funny. You call your best friend, are you still here? Yeah. What did we do? Oh, you know.
Yep.
Anyways, we have Ghost Simulator PS4, PlayStation 3, August 11th. This is just the port. Paddington Adventures in London 3DS, August 11th. I guess.
Oh, dang.
They made that
MLG.
game?
I think we all have this game. Don't lie, Russia. Russian. The official
No, I just saw
Russian
the
gamer
film.
has Paddington Adventures in London on his 3DS.
Oh,
Fortunately, I
3DS.
have
Oh,
a
okay.
DS. I don't even know where it is.
Oh, I think you know where it is. Next to your copy of
don't.
Paddington Adventures in
Probably.
London on 3DS.
Oh, man.
Alright,
That can't, it can't be good. Like,
why can't it be good? It's the
I don't know.
Adventures in London. I mean, I think Russian gamer, what kind of adventures can you have in London?
What do you mean?
I don't know. Have you been there before, London?
I've been to London,
What kind,
But,
what kind of adventures can you have in there?
go shopping, and eat and drink, and that's it, really.
Okay,
I
so
mean,
we'll have a video game where Paddington eats, drinks, and shops. The best.
but if you did all of those things as a bear that could talk, I think everything would get just a little bit more interesting.
Yes. I mean, everyone in London is already a bear, so they just have to learn to talk. Oh!
Wait, I thought that was in Russia. Everybody was a bear on a unicycle, right? That's a thing?
I don't know. Official Russian gamer, can you make a statement?
I wasn't raised with bears, but they are bears. I wasn't raised by a bear,
I raced them.
so I wasn't a bear. I'm not a bear, fortunately.
Oh,
The event.
Wish I was.
Okay, The Adventures of Pip, PlayStation 4, August 18th.
what was that?
The Adventures of Pip, PlayStation 4, August 18th.
Pip. Okay.
Yes.
Was Pip that kid with the dog
Yes.
that liked to go on adventures?
Yes.
Like one of 20 of them
Yes.
that in my kids' books as a kid.
Yup.
Okay. What made this one special? Couldn't he fly a plane or something? There was something weird.
There was a movie that came out.
Oh,
Yeah.
When? Like the 80s?
No, recently.
Okay.
I think it got an award for best animation because the animation of that movie was actually pretty damn good.
Oh no, I think I remember that. Like he was screwing around and then he knocked over this ship and it broke open. It was like a model ship. It wasn't an actual ship. And it broke open and there was a map or something and he got his grandpa and they went on an adventure.
Okay, now we're coming up to, what's it? Oh no, there's one more. Tales of Borderlands Episode 4, Escape Plan Bravo, PlayStation 4, PS3, and PC, August 18th.
I beat both of the first and the second Borderlands. I have never touched and or played or looked at or smelled that one.
Tales of Borderlands. I saw one scene, and I gotta admit, it was pretty damn funny.
Cry or Cryotic or Chaotic Monkey, the guy I was talking about earlier is doing a whole series on it. I might watch that. I don't know. Is it like a Telltale kind of thing?
It's sort of like a Telltale kind of thing. There's this one scene where the main character and a bunch of people were basically all LARPing, and they were pretending that they were like shooting each other. So the main character is actually screamed out, bang, 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 and he just put fingers out. I've been shot. And that was just the whole
I-
scene. Was the fuck?
That's pretty good.
Yeah, it was,
I think I'd watch that.
yeah, it was.
I don't know.
It was a pretty good thing. Let's see. Call of Duty.
LARPing's for cool kids.
Yes.
You know that.
Of course. Call of Duty Black Ops 3 beta, PlayStation 4, August 19th. So the beta came out apparently.
I stopped playing Call of Duty at Modern Warfare 2 because that's when it stopped being good.
Black Ops 3. You guys see it?
No.
There's like apparently there's like 3 of them.
There's apparently like 3 games. I know there's 3 because it's the third one. But is there 3 games in that one or what?
Black Ops 3 beta. So I mean, it actually, from the gameplay I've seen, it looks interesting. It still kind of looks like Call of Duty, but at least they're kind of reinventing, trying to innovate at least, which I like. And Advanced Wars was not that bad. It was probably a fun game, if you guys would like to call it that.
I wouldn't, I don't think. But I remember when Black Ops 2 came out, my friend was nerding out about it really hard. He's like, oh, you could use zip lines and a crossbow. And I was like, well, in Far Cry you could do that about 20 years ago. So, yeah.
Yeah, but it's not Call of Duty.
I guess. It doesn't have the name on it anymore. The one I still liked was the World War. That one's still my favorite. Back in the day.
I don't know.
Yep.
I stopped kind of liking it after Black Ops 1.
The first one?
It's-
Yeah, I didn't get that far.
Yeah.
I mean, after Black Ops, I was kind of drained of Call of Duty, so I wasn't really getting that hype for the games. I think the most I can say about the Call of Duty series now is, now legitimately they're making games that are fun. I mean, they're still making a crap ton of iterations, but at least they're fun. So, I mean, that's the most I can say about that series right now.
Actually, the last one I played was, I think, after the third Call of Duty Modern Warfare 3. They came out with a game just called Modern Warfare, and I played that, and it wasn't that bad. But it was nothing like the other ones. I'm trying to remember. It was a lot more like Black Ops. It was the kind of between the Call of Duty Modern Warfare and the Black Ops time. There was a game in there, shoved in there.
I'm trying to look at anything else that we forgot. Shit, what's this called again? The LBX Little Battlers experience on the 3DS.
I don't have a 3DS. I have no clue. Little Battlers, huh?
So there's this little anime called Little Battlers, all in Japan's, and they made an anime about little robots that fight each other.
Oh.
Okay.
Yeah, and they made a video game. It's sort of like what was it?
Sounds like Robot Wars.
Was it not Chibi Robo, but what was that GameCube game where it's like robots that are fighting each other and you can swap parts or something? Customize them.
Oh man, that's been a long time. I don't remember. Game.
I know Gotcha Force is a good comparison. GameCube.
Initially, the way you described it, until you said robots, it sounded exactly like Pokemon,
Custom Robo.
But Custom Robo.
Do you guys know Custom Robo?
Yeah,
Nope.
kinda. Back in the day.
Yeah, it's sort of like Custom Robo. You make a robot and you basically can customize every little individual part into your little battler, as they call it, and you fight. You fight other little kids and they cry over their fucking robot that's just been destroyed.
That kind of reminds me of Beyblades. I remember I used to bust those things up, and people were always really sad because you were just missing pieces all the time.
Yeah, it's basically Beyblade, but with robots.
Nice.
Let's see. Dishonored Definitive Edition, August 25th. Gears of War Ultimate Edition, August 25th. That was okay.
What is I Am Bread?
I Am Bread is a game where you are bread.
Yes.
What?
The point of the game is you're supposed to, with the Xbox controls, with all of the buttons, each button controls a different corner of the bread, and you're supposed to flip it and then somehow get yourself toasted into toast. That's the whole point. But if you touch the ground, you get dirty, and if you get too dirty, then you get you fail. Basically, that's the whole point. It's just a rage game.
Let's see. Awesome, Madden NFL, Xbox One, 360, PS4, PS3, August 25th.
Madden NFL.
Madden. I'm hyped for Madden. You guys hyped for Madden?
Nope.
No, not really.
It's not my kind of game.
Yeah, I'm not really a sports person. Like, I'll play FIFA, but that's like the only sports game I'll really play.
It's like a game about football, though. How can you not like a game about football? Football is the greatest sport ever made by mankind.
Not in game form, just because it takes about 2 seconds to get really good at it, and then you can't lose. So
it's made by EA Games.
I think I did play years ago, a really old one, but that was it. I mean, it's alright.
What?
EA Sports, it's kinda lame. I mean...
Yeah.
One Piece, Pirate Warriors 3, PlayStation 4, PlayStation 3, Vita, PC, August 2015.
So, I will personally admit that I have watched 300 episodes of One Piece, but that's as far as I've got.
Yeah, I'm still watching that shit.
Dude,
they have
it is
still
so
not
long.
gotten the fucking treasure.
They're still making the manga, and my friends tell me about it, and I've got absolutely no
by
clue
the way,
what's going
they're only halfway there.
on. Oh, I know. There's a lot.
There's a lot. Octodad,
Okay,
Deadly Scat.
Should we talk about One Piece a little bit? Does anybody know what that is? Like,
Rush, do you know what One Piece is?
Nope.
Alright.
And I probably don't want to know because it's not coming out for whatever I'm using.
Yep.
no, yeah, you wouldn't play the game. It's an anime, and anime games always turn out kind of...
No, just One Piece has a record of actually being pretty decent.
Really? I would think it would be kind of like a God of War, where in the fights you have to kind of just click buttons as you go along the battles.
Well, no, One Piece and Naruto have a history of having their games actually being pretty decent and fun.
Ooh, I like the one-on-one Naruto games, like the Shippuden games and all that kind of
Yeah,
stuff.
but Naruto is a piece of shit, so...
Yeah, it is, but their dueling games are really fun.
Octodad, Deadliest Catch, Xbox One, August 2016. Wait, no,
I hate to plug, but I actually played that entire game on my channel, plus the bonus levels.
What do you mean you play? Are you some sort of YouTuber?
No, I am just a guy.
Ah, God.
And I do things sometimes.
Looks like we found a Deadliest Catch.
those
Octodad.
puns. And it's honestly a pretty fun game.
Yes, it has a complex lore. You really
complex lore,
we
really?
We really delve into the history of Octodad himself and find out his character, right?
Russian, do you know about Octodad, like at all?
A bit, yeah, I've heard of it.
Okay,
there is would you believe me if I told you there's an actual story where you dive into the complex psyche of Octodad?
Are there really? Did someone create this, or is this an actual thing?
No, I mean, that's the whole point of Deadliest Catch. You figure out the story, and then you have to figure out...
Oh,
the story is he is an octopus as a dad, and then the whole game is him trying to figure out him being a dad and an octopus and how it's going to work together.
Yeah, but your only controls in the entire game is your left and right click, and then you switch between your arms and your legs. So you can only move your arms, but you can't move your legs, and then you can switch and only move your legs but not your arms. So you have to like move yourself places and then wiggle around, and it gets really ridiculous.
Just make sure you don't get caught, you know? Find it suspicious.
In the most recent game, there's a downward escalator that continues to go down, and you have to run up it. And it's the worst thing, because the only way to raise your legs is to hold down one of the clicks. But while you're holding it down and lifting your leg, it brings you back down to the bottom. So you have to, like, swing your way up there. And when I played, I think I, like, almost broke my mouse, like, flinging it about. It was really bad. But...
Okay. Yeah, I finished and played Octodad Deadliest Catch on PC, so I don't really care for this port on Xbox One. So, I mean, I'm gonna just talk about the last two big ones, which is Disney Infinity 3.0 on everything.
Oh my god.
My sister has that, and I think she bought some of the figurines, but they don't work. She put them on there, and they don't work at all.
Is this Disney Infinity 2? Or...
I think it's the original one. But she bought, like, the newer characters, like the Frozen characters.
Yeah, you have to update your game with Disney Infinity in order to match with a certain version.
You have to update it or buy the new one?
I think you have to... I don't know. I don't touch Disney Infinity because I don't want to touch these games.
I don't either, but I know it exists because I have a little sister.
Look, 3.0 is coming out August 30th, and the big thing that kind of was announced for Disney Infinity 3.0 is the fact that Star Wars is being included.
Oh, yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah. And everything from episode 1 to 6, including episode 7 that's going to come out, is going to be added.
To Disney Infinity?
Yeah, you'll be able to play like...
I didn't know there was episodes. I had no clue.
Well, the thing is, with the characters, you can actually play the story of the game. So if you have...
so each one has a different one, I guess?
So, I mean, for example, if you had, like, Jack Sparrow, you could play the actual Pirates of the Caribbean movies in the game.
Okay, so you can loot, pillage, have sex, and get really drunk, right?
No, that's the other game.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, I don't know, I haven't really touched... Actually, the better version of this game, the one that I am actually excited for, is the Lego version. Have you guys seen the Lego version of the game?
No.
Basically, it's sort of like Disney Infinity, but they've been doing some crazy... There's so many different IPs that are tied to Lego, it's insane. For example, they obviously have, like, Marvel and DC, which is the standards, and Star Wars, obviously, right? But then they go into stuff like video games. Like, they have Valve also attached, so you can go into, like, Portal and, like, Half-Life. And then you can go into stuff like Doctor Who for some reason. And that was kind of insane.
I don't know. That's a big British thing,
yep.
So they had to throw it in. I don't want to talk bad about Valve, but every time I buy a Valve game, 90% time it's really broken. I like their games, but they always have issues, especially with connectivity. I don't know why.
Oh yeah, I have a lot of trouble finding play CS:GO.
Yeah, CS:GO and Left 4 Dead always has issues for some reason for me. Can we leave Disney Infinity figurines and whatnot without talking about amiibos? Is that still a thing?
Hopefully. Let's just not address that for now.
Okay, and, that's complicated.
This is the last thing. It's not important to me, but it's important to a lot of people apparently, and it's got its own big announcement, which is Elder Scrolls Online Imperial City DLC for PC, August 31st.
I got to play the beta of that when it came out.
Yeah.
The original version of Elder Scrolls, and it was pretty okay. But most of the classes were very overpowered. Like, you could tell which one was going just to be insane. And I didn't much like it. It wasn't as free-roamy and things as they said. It was more like Borderlands, where yes, they put you in an area, but you have to stick with the level 1 area, or the level 2 and 3 area will just destroy you. So it's not really free-roamy like I expected more of a Bethesda game to be. But it was touching on something different that they've never done, so maybe it's improved. I don't know, I haven't played it since, but...
I don't know. And since we're done with the games for the summer, so that's we pretty much given we just kind of talked about everything for the games of the summer. All in all, what do you guys think?
Not bad, I guess. Not a whole lot during the summer, of course, because Christmas is like the #1 time to put out games.
Yes.
But
yeah, not a great. A lot of the games I'm looking at right now are just ports bringing over to consoles or ports going over to PC.
Yeah, there was a lot of ports and DLCs like this summer.
Yeah.
And that was mostly it. I can't tell you how many times Steam has updated when I didn't want it to. Let me think. The main difference too this summer is I've been more into YouTube and recording the games that I play, and so I'm not as caught up as I used to be on games, because some of the games that I normally would watch on YouTube, I don't, because I'm like, well, maybe I'll play it, so I don't want to ruin it. So I'm a little more behind on the game news and things as I used to be, like, as things come out.
Well, a lot of this summer feels like a little lackluster. I don't think there's anything really great. I mean, I can understand why some people... I feel like there's a few gems here for certain people. Like, I can imagine maybe God of War 3 Remastered is going to be something big for somebody, right? I know definitely some people would be excited for, like, Binding of Isaac Rebirth or Call of Duty Black Ops 3.
When did Bloodborne come out? Was that this summer?
No, last. I'm pretty sure.
Oh, really? Oh, it's been that long?
It's been a while. Man.
Huh.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
Yep. And yeah, that's pretty much all I gotta say about this summer. Could have been better, but I feel like it would have been a lot worse.
Yeah,
At least we had
one extra thing, Hearthstone got a new season that's starting the 25th, and they're adding new stuff. I don't know, I don't buy the expansions and stuff for it, but people that play Hearthstone are way into Hearthstone just because it's Blizzard and things like that. But that expansion came out a few days ago.
Okay. I haven't really touched Hearthstone in a while, but I think now is a good time where we're just gonna quickly talk about some gaming news. And there's not a lot that came out. There's not a lot that came out recently, so I'm pretty sure this is gonna be kind of quick. But we'll just talk over it really quickly, and then we can wrap up. So,
Okay.
I guess the first thing we kind of want to talk about, the first thing I looked up was GTA 5 Story DLC, and it draws... There's been some questions and statements that make it seem like Story DLC will be coming out for GTA 5, if you guys care at all. Like, would you actually care if there was more story to GTA 5?
I would, because
I-
obviously my channel about it, so... That's... Okay, go on then.
Yeah, I don't know, I would really like to see more story DLC coming out, but I can't imagine how they would continue Michael Franklin's or Trevor's story, right? It kind of ended for all of them.
I mean, if they're talking about expanding that bit, I thought they were gonna do kind of before all of that, or the future, or about the other characters
Well,
that are in it. Like,
they could do the previous GTA thing where they bring just a whole new main character, right? My only question would be sort of like, how will that kind of work? Are they gonna tie in the main character? Is this gonna be part of the main character story, or stuff like changing between characters, like the big mechanic in the game? Is that gonna be implied in the DLC? I mean, the thing is, if they make a DLC, right, they have to have at least 3 new people, or they continue like the 3 other guys, right?
They do have a slot on, like, this is console versions where you hold, I think it's down button or something to switch characters.
Yeah.
And there's a slot at the bottom, but when you go to that, it goes to online.
Yeah.
If that was an option for a different single-player character, then I'd say it would work. And just switch it to press start and go to online, which is more or less the same process.
What I actually heard about that was the girl on the very front cover was supposed to be a character that you could play, and so they have a girl that you can actually play in the game. Maybe they'll finally add the girl character. I don't know.
That would be interesting. I don't think we ever had a GTA 5 female character as a main character.
No,
Yeah.
I don't think so. That's what they were supposed to do with this one, and it just hasn't happened yet, so who knows.
I'd like to see that.
Well, maybe that's the secret.
Maybe that's a secret they're holding from all of us.
Yeah.
Oh, but that means there's gonna be male strip clubs.
Oh,
Hooray!
Woo!
Or I don't know, maybe she's a lesbian.
No, I don't think they're gonna do that. I think it's gonna be like, you are a stripper as well in your process.
Yes.
And you work at the strip club kind of thing. or your
Wait.
hard
So if the
time.
main character's a female, she's gotta be a stripper.
Well, if you could, I mean, it would just mix the whole map up. They're just gonna end up having to like have something open or just change the whole map itself so that online there's a male strip club. You know what I mean?
Okay, I see what you're saying. I don't know. Oh well, I don't know. I would be quite happy with more story DLC, but that's coming from me, YouTube sensation. While you're watching this, who knows? Next thing we gotta talk about is this thing actually. Dave, I don't know if you guys care about this. Have you guys seen anything from? Have you guys really cared much about Nintendo recently?
Nope.
Not a whole lot. I hear things every now and
Do
then.
you guys
but-
know about Super Mario Maker?
Yep.
Yep. Yeah, so they're kind of releasing that soon, and apparently it will take 9 days to fully unlock all the features of the game. So you gotta play the game like 9 times to fully unlock the entire
Jeez.
set. I don't know, this is kind of a small little tidbit from Super Mario Maker. And I'm just kind of excited for Super Mario Maker because everything they've presented so far is exactly what would you want from a tool to make Mario games. So I guess for some people this is probably their dream come true to make a Mario game. I don't know. The next thing is, I don't know. I actually have no idea if you guys care about this series. Do you guys care about Kingdom Hearts?
I do. Yeah, I've played all of
You
them.
played all of them? What about you, Russian?
Played what?
Kingdom Hearts.
Nope. Never played it. I mean, I've had people talk about it around me, but haven't thought about it. I've thought about looking into it, but then it's just I'm a guy who questions yes or no to do research into it and check it out.
I can understand. The Kingdom Hearts plot so far is very messed up and complicated.
Yeah.
Can,
I keep expecting 3 to come out, and it just never does. So.
I mean, it's gonna come out, but they also announced that, well, previously they announced that Tangled will be a world that you can play in Kingdom Hearts 3. And recently,
Okay.
they announced that Big Hero 6 will be a world that you can play in Kingdom Hearts 3.
Oh man,
Yeah.
I don't know. I kind of like the original ones because they were Disney, yes, but a lot of the worlds were pretty dark in some ways, and so they weren't just happy-go-lucky like I'm afraid Tangled and Hero 6 is gonna be.
No, I kind of have a different opinion. Okay, I'm just really sick and tired of returning worlds, okay? Like, I will shoot myself if I see Agrabah and Hercules World again, alright? I will
Yeah, you kind of have a
I will
point.
shoot myself if they bring those again. Also, I've heard the story behind Big Hero 6, which is... Have you seen the movie Big Hero 6, I should ask first?
Yeah, I have little sisters, so I definitely saw it.
So apparently in Kingdom Hearts 3 what happens is Darkness finds Baymax's original body, consumes it, and that's the main villain of the game. In the world.
Like the main villain, or just in that world?
Just in that world.
Okay.
So he's...
Huh.
So it's you're fighting the original Baymax.
I think it would be much cooler if they had, like, the darkness in the little magnet robots, and so you could just do all kinds of things with that, rather than just one shaped object as the main boss.
Baymax versus Bear, and then they put a screenshot with Sora on top of Baymax, and he has a Keyblade, and he's in the suit that the little Japanese kid had.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
So get ready to explore the world of San Fran, Tokyo.
Because Kingdom Hearts 3, like the Japanese version, I saw that trailer forever ago, and it looked really cool, but... of course, the American version has to be different.
I don't know. The final thing I'll say is, like, I like Big Hero 6, and hopefully they do something good with it. Just don't bring back fucking Agrabah. And then, let's see. And then a lot of the rest is just kind of, let's see. I mean, I guess we can just do this one thing. The big thing that came out recently, and it came out just today actually, is that Nintendo files a patent on a diskless game system. So basically, they patent a system which has no disk drive, essentially. And people are thinking that this is the patent for the new NX console. So people are thinking NX is just gonna be totally digital. There's gonna be no disc. You just download your game, and that's pretty much it.
Is that a lot like the Steam consoles?
Yeah. Everything is digital. People are saying because there's a memory card, there's a memory card slot. What instead of discs being a physical copy, they're gonna switch over to SD cards for games.
Huh.
Like a cartridge system, sort of like the 3DS.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. I mean, for SD cards, they're not really that much pricey.
Yeah. I mean, I think at this point, you can put a pretty big game in there. Like, there's some that are 64, like 32 gigs and stuff. So you can probably fit a good game in there. And the thing, but also people are saying that this is the handheld version of NX. Because they announced that the NX is going to have some sort of handheld and home console, like, compatibility or crossover kind of system. So people are thinking, if you buy a game on an NX handheld system, you can just put it in your home console system, and that's how it's going to work. You buy one game for one console, and then you can play for both. When you buy a physical copy, essentially.
Okay, so kind of like the PSP, I suppose.
I suppose.
And the fact that you can keep playing the game when you leave, and then when you come back, you can play it on your actual TV, I suppose. But...
Yep. I don't know. You guys feel like this is gonna be truly what the next NX is gonna be? What do you guys feel about, like, Nintendo seeming to give up the first move in terms of full digital console? Would you guys care about that? I mean, to me, because I'm a PC gamer, I'm pretty much all digital, so if there was a console that was all digital, I wouldn't care. I didn't expect it to come from Nintendo, though, to be totally honest.
How much of a restriction between PC and this console do you think they would be?
Well, they said that the NX will have compatibility between PC, mobile, handheld console gaming, and home console gaming, essentially. And they're saying it's going to be all through some sort of Nintendo service. People are thinking that maybe you could now play Nintendo games on your mobile, pretty much everywhere, through this console, right? Through some sort of Nintendo service.
Okay. Huh. Well, I guess that would be perfect for PC gamers, because that's mostly what I do. And if I could just switch to a main TV easily, I think I would do that in a heartbeat, but...
I mean, it's just... The reason why people are saying this is a big thing is because Nintendo, with a console that's all digital, would be pretty revolutionary. Like...
Yeah. I mean, things like that will have a lot of resistance, though, because they can easily replace other things. And so other companies will just have to keep up or get left in the dust at this point, but...
Oh, and people are also saying this is going to have compatibility with Wii U and 3DS. So if you're a guy who bought Wii U, you won't feel screwed over when they bring the NX console, right? You can still play your Wii U games over.
Instead of somebody that bought a Wii and then the Wii U came out.
They won't feel screwed over. To be totally honest, this is a patent. This is a file for a patent. Nintendo, basically, they have a system which can play digital consoles, and it could be either the NX or a future console. They just have it down right now because this is going to be probably I'm assuming Nintendo's gonna think this is a revolutionary idea, right? And it's a patent. A lot of patents go through, and a lot of patents don't come true. So this could be one prototype of the NX, but it may not even happen. And that's just the thing of it. But yeah, I guess I'm not a console gamer, but I kind of can see why the sort of gaming medium would go into this direction, into straight up just digital copies itself. I mean, I guess we're gonna lose retail eventually. Well, I mean, I guess this would be the first step of losing actually like retail distribution. Like physical copies of games will start to like slowly dissipate.
Yeah, that's complicated when that kind of thing comes out. I'm kind of looking at it right now, but just the basic schematic that they put out.
Yeah. I don't know. The only I feel people are gonna say that retail stores will never, like GameStop and stuff, will never stop, because the general gamer will always look to buying a physical copy opposed to going through a digital store and buying it, right? Because to be in truth, if you're not a gamer and you just want to play a video game, you probably would want to buy a disc game. You probably want to go to like a GameStop and pick up a disc and just play it, opposed to going online for a digital store and buying a game like that.
Well, that's another reason why I like Steam a lot, because if I move to a new computer, which I've done before, it can easily just move all my games with me, as well as you can let anybody borrow games that you have. As long as you're not on your account, they can play them at their own accord, which is pretty neat. Whereas if you had a disc, obviously you couldn't do that rather than just hand it to them in person. But
I don't know, the last thing I can kind of think of is, well, we know that the Wii U actually right now isn't doing horribly. It's pretty much, I believe it, last time I checked, it was around the same price as the in terms of sales. It was around Xbox One. PS4 is obviously leading and destroying the competition, but my only question is, I don't know if the NX is gonna bring Nintendo back into the lead, or not the lead, I should say, bring him out of this rut which the Wii U kind of has created, basically, is what I'm saying. And I don't know if making a console dedicated to just digital copies are gonna... Cause I don't know how the public is gonna react to this, because remember the last time Xbox announced that basically your disc is gonna become useless, like once you put it in, you just download the game and then that's it. Like your gaming disc is just gonna be useless, so I wanna know how people would react if they just heard that you just don't buy discs anymore, you just download it all.
I don't know. Yeah, there's always issues with that kind of thing. Just downloading always has more issues than discs. Of course, if you scratch it or break it, of course. But in terms of downloading, I've had multiple occasions where I downloaded something, and one little thing could go wrong with it, and it just never works. So that's a problem. And I've downloaded multiple Steam games where I literally just didn't get the game when I downloaded it. And it's all easily fixed digitally, but if you had a disc, obviously you wouldn't have that problem. And Nintendo has always been one of those kind of people that they did a lot of good things, and then they kind of cling to those and try to adapt, and it never works the way they want it to, which is kind of sad.
I just think Nintendo is kind of behind a bit, but at the same time, they do their own thing, and sometimes it pays off. For example, like the DS or the Wii, that paid off really well. But the Wii U obviously didn't do well, and previous stuff like the Virtual Boy didn't do well. I don't know how well the NX is gonna do. I feel more information should be given before we can make a judgment, and I don't even know if this is going to be real. If it's real, then it's going to be pretty damn revolutionary at the very least. Like, this is going to... Like, whether or not it's going to be a good console is subjective, but the fact is, a digital oldie console is going to be a revolutionary thing in gaming history.
Well, I was relating it to the new Steam consoles that basically do the same thing through Steam already. But the main thing about that is, why would you buy something that expensive with its capability when you can easily spend that same amount of money and customize your computer and it just have so much better quality than this little box that you bought that you can never improve again? But that's more from a PC gamer standpoint. So
I don't know. I think it's all comes down. I mean, if you're gonna go into that route, I think it's just all based on perspective. What do your friends play? What do they have? Can you afford a good PC, or can you find a decent console? I mean, the thing about it is, when you buy a console, you're kind of securing the fact that whatever game somebody's gonna make on a console, it's gonna run at least well. At least it should, I should say. Ubisoft has broken that mold, but it should run at least well on your console because it's tested that way. On a PC, it's more about what your specs is, right? What is your specs in terms of the game, right? But it's always, if you're making a console game, it's always changing your specs, it's changing your requirements in order to match the specs of a console, not the other way around. I know that's
yeah.
I know that.
I don't know. I don't know. I've never known Wii games, of course. They don't compare graphic quality even to the Xbox One or the PS4 in a lot of terms. So if they stayed about that same level, it wouldn't be bad, but they couldn't improve up to meet the other ones nearly as well. Also, I think if they did this, PlayStation 4 and Xbox One exclusive games would be a lot more exclusive. Like, they would hold it very close to their chest if they did this, and you wouldn't get a lot of games coming Nintendo's direction, just because they went this completely different way that kind of blocks everyone else off. But
yeah, I don't know. To me, this is surprising for Nintendo because, like I said, Nintendo is kind of behind at the times. So for them to, like, I mean, it was really shocking to even hear that Nintendo has given out their license to a mobile company to make games. To even hear that, and now we hear that they're gonna probably stream a service between mobile, PC, and consoles, is kind of shocking in itself. I don't know, just a lot of shocking stuff coming from Nintendo in general. And I don't know if Sony or Microsoft is gonna follow, if they're gonna try in this digital route. I know, I think Microsoft original Xbox One, they tried to do a system where you didn't really need a disc, but then that started getting complications, mostly because of PR issues, not because of the idea. PR issues are mainly what kind of messed up with the launch of the game, the console, and why it didn't really happen in the first place. But I mean, I don't know, Nintendo's doing this out of nowhere, didn't expect it. Well, I guess that's it's kind of Nintendo, I guess.
And the article that I'm looking at, it basically says that they're fighting for only the patent in the United States. So who knows where this thing might even end up, or if they get it or not. Yeah, it's kind of what you said, where this could just fall through, or it could be great. Who knows? Who knows with Nintendo, but
I don't know. Russian, what are your thoughts?
Well, is this about the new? Is this a new console or something?
Yes, the Nintendo NX is the next console that Nintendo is gonna bring out. NX is just the code name for now. This is what Nintendo said. It's not the actual name.
Is it improvement from like previous generation consoles?
We don't have enough information. We're really just talking based off a patent that Nintendo has filed for. And yeah, so I mean, the only thing significant about this patent is the fact that there's no disk drive, which many people have concluded that this must be an all digital console then.
Oh wait, I see where they're going. They're going back to the past of like like for PlayStation and stuff, we had to use these like memory discs and stuff, little things you inserted into console. That's what that's more or less what they're trying to do, basically.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a good idea, but how much of space would you be able to get? Is what I'm concerned about. And having to change it every time you switch games, or...
Some people think because it has a memory card slot, games are just going to be on SD, right? So that's how you would change the game. Or you can change the hard drive, potentially. Is what people are kind of saying. I don't know. If this is true, it would be pretty damn great, honestly. I mean, not maybe in terms of a console, if it actually works, but I guess it would kind of be a big thing. Steam has kind of already done that. The Steam machine, where you can. I saw it. I feel like that's more of a streaming service, right? I thought the point of the Steam machine was you can stream your Steam games onto like a TV. Or through your Steam machine is what I've heard. Because I don't know if the actual hard. No, there's a few Steam machines actually that have a large hard drive, so I guess you could download Steam games and then play it. But I heard it was mostly streaming games through your PC or something like that.
That was that's kind of what I was saying. The capability of those isn't very good. Because for the price of like $450, you get a 500 gigabyte hard drive and like 3 gigs of RAM.
Steam machines are not $450.
They're not? What are they worth?
You want to know the most expensive one?
Yes.
$2,000.
Oh, jeez. But from what I saw, they had like a maximum of 3 gigs of RAM and almost not even 500 gigs of memory.
The thing about the Steam machine is you're just kind of looking at a PC, but it's running the Steam OS. So a lot of different companies are actually making Steam machines, and you get different prices because of different specs. So I mean, that's why people don't think Steam machine is an actual console. It's just a PC with a different operating system.
Yeah, but you can buy a PC with better schematics for the same price.
Yes, you can.
Easily.
Yes, you can.
So why would you buy it? What's the up to it?
I don't understand. That's the problem with the Steam machine. There's no incentive to buy a Steam machine. You can get a PC, and if you want, you can stream the video on your TV.
See, that's kind of what I was talking about earlier, would be exclusive games. Like, if for some reason, if you bought the Steam machine, you could get, like, Demon Souls that was only a PlayStation exclusive, you could just get it.
You could
because
get the new Half-Life 3. Confirmed. That's
confirmed.
Steam machine exclusive.
Cost $3,333. Must buy.
I don't know. You guys have any final thoughts about this new patent for Nintendo?
Well, Nintendo is one good company when it comes to stalling things that they're doing. So we'll talk about it again in about 6 years, and we'll see where they're at.
You make it sound like I'm still going to be YouTubing in 6 years. In 6 years, this will be all a dream, and I'll be suppressing in my nightmares. Anyways, I guess that is the podcast, it seems like. You know, I'm really grateful for you guys coming here. It's been a good time. And I guess now is a good time for you to like plug in your stuff. Russian, plug in your stuff.
What?
Plug your stuff in. Where can they, if people want to see you, where can they see you?
What do you mean? Wait, what? You mean my face?
Yes. No. Alright, if you want to see more the official Russian Gamer, you can go to the YouTube channel, Official Russian Gamer. You don't have to bring your webcam. I meant that you can plug yourself in terms of where they can meet you if they want to see you. So yeah, you can follow Official Russian Gamer on, I believe, Twitter, Facebook. You have Google Plus, obviously, because you have YouTube. Also, is YouTube. Anywhere else, Official Russian Gamer? Am I forgetting?
No, that's actually it. You can find me on forums like Damlag as well, if you want to have a chat.
Okay.
I do not answer a lot of messages because it's not like notified, but I'm sure I'll answer a comment.
God.
Yep.
Plug in yourself.
All right. Well, YouTube channel is YouTube/Godrekefalcer. Twitter @Godrekefalcer. I have like a Player Me account, which I don't use. Of course, I have the Google Plus. Facebook page is Godrekefalcer Gaming. And I also use Damlag. It's really a convenient website to use. Like I said, just playing some Life is Strange, Hand of Fate, Witcher 3, etc., etc. So, yep.
Alright. Well, thanks for coming here, you guys. That's the end of the podcast. Thanks for watching, everybody. And I'll see you guys next time. Bye, everyone.
Adios.
Bye.